All right, now we're using what we've learned to solve some problems. Organizers of an architectural tour need to set up information tables every eighth of a mile along a 6 mile tour, beginning 1/8 of a mile from the start of the tour. Each table seat needs 2 signs. How many signs do the organizers need? Solve the problem any way you choose. So they're going to have a 6 mile long tour, and they're having a table every eighth of a mile. So what we need to do here is make sure um, oops, let me get that going there. Okay, so we have 6 miles, and we want to know how many eighths are in 6 miles so we can figure out how many tables do we need. So if we use a number line, we're going to make sure we divide our number line, which is really hard to do here, into eighths. And the reason why we're picking eighths is because that is the denominator. So in 1 mile, we're going to need 8 tables. And in the next mile, we'll need 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. So we can add that. To make it quicker, we can do 8 times 6 because multiplication is repeated subtraction. So that's one way you can do it. You can say we have 6 miles and we want to divide it by eighths. Keep the first, change the sign, flip the second. So here are 2 different ways to do it. So we can use a model here and repeated addition or multiplication, or we could use the equation. 2 different ways to solve. How does the number line help you solve the problem? The number line helps me know that there are 8 tables in each mile, so there are 48 tables in all 6 miles. It helps you visualize the problem. Okay, on the next one, how can you solve division problems with unit fractions? John plans to buy sheets of plywood like the ones shown to make boxes with lids. Each box is a cube that has a 3-foot edge. How many sheets of plywood does John need to make 5 boxes? What do you know? There are 6 pieces of plywood needed for 5 boxes. The boxes are 3-foot cubes. Each sheet of plywood is a 3-foot wide and 3 feet long. What are you asked to find out? The number of sheets of plywood John needs to buy. You can write an equation. 5 boxes times 6 pieces is, there'll be 30 pieces in all. You can draw a model here. You can do the math. 4 divided by 1/3 is 12. How many sheets of plywood does he need for 5 boxes with lids? So we're going to go back. He needs 30 pieces in all, divided by 12. He's going to need 2 remainder 6 or 3 sheets of plywood altogether. And you can watch the video online to help you understand that better if you want through Savvis. In the example on page 564, why were additional questions answered to help solve the problem? The answers to the questions gave more information to help solve the original problem. So we needed a couple steps along the way, so multi-step problems. What equations were used to solve the example on page 564? So what we had to do 5 times 6 equals 30, and then we did 4 divided by 1/3 equals 12, and then we need 30 divided by 12 equals 2 remainder 6. So we knew we needed 3 pieces of plywood because we interpreted that answer. You can't get a part of a piece of plywood. You get a whole piece of plywood and you'll have some leftovers. So you needed 3 pieces altogether. Tamara needs tiles to make a border for her bathroom wall. The border will be 9 feet long and 1/3 a foot wide. So she's making a border for her wall, 9 feet by 1/3. Each tile measures 1/3 by 1/3. So each box of tiles contains 6 tiles. How many boxes of tiles does she need? Write 2 equations. So first she's going to figure out how many tiles she needs. So in 9 feet, 9 divided by 1/3 is, she's going to need 27 tiles. And If each box has 6 tiles, you need 27 tiles divided by 6 equals 4, remainder 3. So she's going to need 5 boxes of tiles. She's going to have 3 tiles left over, but she'll need 5 boxes altogether. So here was our first equation, here was our second equation, and here's the interpreting the remainder on that one.